Thank you guys. Good evening for joining the presentation today. And I am Prashant. I'm from Zoapi. And yeah, as you know, we already have Mr. Wasdi from Asla with us. So today we are going to give a brief introduction to Zoapi, the meeting room solution. So this 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 will be the agenda for the webinar. So we will start with a brief introduction to Zoapi and Aslar. Then we will explain what is the Zoapi product. Then we'll go through the business vertical where this product fits in, and some brief introduction to the different major features. Then we will compare the Zoapi product with the competition that is already there, and we'll have a small demo of the product, and we'll end the session with the question and answers and the lucky draw for the winner. So just to start with Zoapi, right? Zoapi is a company based out in Bangalore, and we build next generation meeting room solutions. We started in 2018, early 2018 with 2 people, and today we are a team of 15 people. And we have Tier 1 customers in India, Europe, US, and we are expanding to other geographical areas as well. And as you may know, Aslar is the leading IT service provider in Saudi Arabia and other GCC region, and they are our authorized distributor and business partner for the geographical region. So to start with, what is Zoapi, right? Zoapi is a complete meeting room solution, which which covers wireless presentation, with which you can eliminate cables and adapters that is there in your meeting room. The next major feature is the video conferencing. So we support all major video conferencing application. Then we also provide productivity and analytics report for the meeting room usage. And the fourth pillar of the product is room booking and calendar. So basically, Zoapi is a device which gets connected to your meeting room display or the projector and converts your meeting room display into a smart display for meetings. So yeah, so Zoapi combines all major AV requirement of the meeting room into a single product. So these are the business vertical that we concentrate on. The first thing is enterprise meeting rooms, because Zoapi covers like all major features required for the enterprise meeting rooms. And one of the major advantage of Zoapi is we support multiple different corporate network configurations, because in enterprises network configuration is like a major challenge, as we have multiple networks like corporate network, guest network, dedicated networks. And since Zoapi supports multiple network configuration, it's the right fit for the enterprise meeting rooms. And we also have like all the communication happens through a secure channel with HTTPS, and so all the data is very secure when you're using Zoapi. So next vertical is co-working spaces. So major advantage for co-working spaces with Zoapi is the fact that we support multiple video conferencing applications, because many a times the different members of the co-working space use different video conferencing application. Like some might use Zoom, some might use BlueJeans, some might use Teams, right? So with Zoapi, since Zoapi supports all video conferencing applications, it's a right fit for the co-working spaces. And one more major advantage is Zoapi is available as a subscription model. So since co-working space works with an OpEx, mainly an OpEx model, so this makes a lot of sense because it's very low on the CapEx. And one more major advantage for co-working spaces is a room utilization report. It's very easy to calculate the ROI of meeting rooms with the utilization report, like how the meeting room is being used and which meeting room is used by whom, and all this information. And the next vertical that we concentrate on is the educational institute. This is mainly for the smart classrooms, where the teachers can use it for wirelessly presenting their content. The Zoapi can also be used for webinars, watching video lectures, and it can be used also for a lot of edtech softwares in the classroom. So we'll briefly go through the features of the Zoapi product. The first, as I said, wireless presentation. We support all major platforms like Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, iOS, and Chromebook. One more major advantage of Zoapi wireless presentation is, as I said, multiple isolated network. We support up to 4 different corporate networks, and anybody can present from any of these networks by just by entering a pin with no IP address, no discovery mechanism. It's very simple and easy to use. Then the Zopi, the client that needs to be installed and on the laptop does not require any admin or firewall permission. So anybody, any user can come and install it without the interference of IT admin. The next feature is video conferencing. Zopi supports all major video conferencing applications such as Zoom, Skype, Teams, Google Hangout, BlueJeans. So since Zopi is a Windows-based platform, so we support all major video conferencing applications. So the organization need not stick to one video conferencing. The biggest advantage is, for example, say your organization uses Teams, but you get a meeting invite link from say Hangout or Zoom from your vendor or your customer, then you can use the same system in the meeting room to join these calls. So many times what happens is if you have a dedicated device like Polycom or Cisco, then you are stuck with their own video conferencing application. But in case of Zopi, you can use any video conferencing application, and like users can join and host meeting from any of this. We also have a feature called cross launch where you can send the meeting invite link from your laptop to the Zopi device and host the meeting on the Zopi device itself. And there's one more feature called single click join where you integrate the Zopi into your room calendar, and once you book the meeting on the Zopi device, it will pop up saying you want to join the meeting, and you can just press the button and join the meeting without carrying your laptop also.
Mr. Prashant, please open the chance for any questions. If there is any question who wants to ask, please. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So does it support file sharing?
What do you mean by file sharing?
Means data to be shared from one PC to the another.
It doesn't support file sharing, so you can either share your screen or launch the file from your cloud drive.
Okay.
So you can send this. For example, you have a presentation in your OneDrive or Google Drive or something, right? So
okay.
Like you can get the link and send the link from your laptop to the Zopi device and present it directly on the Zopi device itself.
Okay.
Without even doing screen sharing.
Okay.
Okay. So
Prashant, hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, tell me.
How are you?
Good.
Okay, Prashant, I just have a question. What does like Zopi makes like different from other webinar tools? Because what you are talking is available with all the webinar tools. There's no like something like exceptional thing that Zopi provides.
Zopi is not exactly a webinar tool. Basically it is. See, first thing is it's a wireless presentation device which replaces the cables and adapters. This is a device for the meeting room. But you can also use it for webinar using any of the third-party application.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so this is more like replacing your Polycom and Cisco device that sits in your meeting room, right? So you have an expensive Polycom device or a Cisco WebEx device, right? This is mainly a soft replacement of that device.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. You may go ahead, Mr. Prashant, and you can answer the questions along the way.
Yeah. So the next important feature is calendar integration. Say you have this Zopi device in the meeting room, then you integrate this device to the room calendar. So there are a couple of advantages of integrating with the room calendar. The first thing is you can view all the meetings booked in that particular room on your meeting room TV. For example, you have a meeting room display. You can walk in and open the calendar app on the TV and see what all the meeting booked in that particular room for the day, or like even for the future dates. Okay. The second advantage is once the Zoapi device is integrated with the meeting room calendar, it will start showing the reminders, meeting reminders. For example, you have booked a meeting from 3 to 4 and you're like attending the meeting at 3:45. It's going to tell you that on the display, it's going to tell you that you have 15 minutes left in the meeting. There is a meeting booked after 1 hour, so you need to vacate. Like these kind of reminders will come on the screen so that it makes people punctual to close their meeting, because meeting overrun is like very common. You book for 1 hour and you end up using meeting room for 1.5 hours, and the other team is coming and waiting outside the meeting. This is a very common problem. So with the Zoapi, it keeps reminding the users on the display that your meeting is getting over, please wind up, and things like that. The third advantage is, as I said, that single click join, where if you have booked the meeting room and you have already scheduled a video conferencing call using Skype or Teams or Zoom, then on the meeting room display, when you walk into the meeting room, it says that, okay, the call is already scheduled, do you want to join? So all you need to do is just go and press that button, and like it will automatically join your Zoom call or Skype call. Because every time you book a meeting at like 4 o'clock, you come at 4 o'clock, and from 4 to 4:15, you just figure out how to join the call, right? So with this, once you start booking the room and scheduling the calls, all you need to do is come and just press a button. So it will automatically join the call, so that it saves time for every meeting. The fourth pillar of the product is the online dashboard. This is mainly for the IT admins and the people who manage these meeting rooms. So you can add each Zoapi device, that means each room, into your admin dashboard. And from there, you can manage the entire meeting room. So you can configure the device, you can change the settings, and you can get the data of how the meeting room is being used. You can see whether the device is online or offline. Then you can integrate with the calendar and room scheduler application. You can also use it as a digital signage. Like you can configure the device to show the images that you want to show to your users. Basically, from the IT admin can configure what should be displayed on the meeting room display when no meeting is going on. And the one more feature is the email notifications. So the dashboard will send email notification to the IT admin whether the meeting room device is on or off, and how the meeting room is being used. And these reports, usage reports, can also be used to see how efficiently meeting rooms are being used. So for example, like one of our customer wanted to understand why their meeting rooms are busy, right? So like out of the 10 rooms they had, so only 6 rooms were being used very efficiently, because the 4 rooms, some of them did not have proper AV equipments. And so with the help of Zoapi, they could visualize which meeting room is being used for how many hours per day on an average, and like then they could debug why the other rooms are not being used well. And these analytics are very useful that way. We have another product called Room Scheduler app. This is like it goes well with the Zoapi hub. So this is basically a tablet which sits outside the meeting room and acts as a room scheduler. So with this tablet, once integrated to your room calendar, it can you can see the room bookings. It changes the color. Where if the room is free, it will show green, and if the room is booked, it will change the color to red, so that you get to know whether the room is occupied or not, like from a distance. Then if you are walking into the room ad hocly without booking the room, then you can click on the quick buttons like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and quickly book the room. So there won't be any ad hoc meetings, that is without booking the room. So many times what happens, people don't book the room, they just walk in. So, and then someone else books the room and they come to the meeting room and see that, okay, someone has already occupied. So you can avoid all those problems by using a room scheduler like this. And you can also avoid sticking the paper notes telling, okay, this room is booked for like a day or for a couple of hours when there is an important meeting. So this works as a complete meeting room management system. These are some of the other features. As I said, digital signage is one more feature where you can utilize the meeting room display when it is not being used. So you can use it as an advertisement space where you can advertise your new joinees, or you can advertise the corporate events that's happening, or you can welcome important guests that are visiting your office. And yeah, so this is a very useful way of utilizing the meeting room display when no meeting is happening. Then Zoom SDK integration is one more important feature where the Zoapi software is tightly integrated with the Zoom SDK, and you can control the call happening on the room system using your laptop itself. So from the laptop point, you can join a Zoom call, you can stop, you can share video, and you can control the entire call that is happening on your meeting room display from your laptop. And Zoapi also provides a Wi-Fi hotspot. So if a guest comes and you don't want to give your corporate network to the guest, they can use the Zoapi access point to join and present, and use it for even for internet, and which can be configured by the IT admin for based on their corporate policy. One more feature is OTA updates, where Zoapi's firmware gets updated automatically. So this is an advantage for the IT admins. So they don't need to do any management of the devices, because the Zoapi hub keeps polling to the server and checks if there is an update. It updates itself on the allocated time, and users or the IT admin don't even need to interfere for firmware updates and all. There are other features like multiple language support. We support both English and Arabic. We added Arabic support to for the Middle East region. Then we have an USB reader where users can come with a USB pen drive and just connect to the Zoapi device even without laptop and just present it from the USB drive itself. We have an app store in the on the admin dashboard, where IT admin can decide what apps to be installed on each Zoapi device. So for example, if they want, like, they can decide what apps are needed in each meeting room, and they don't even need to walk into the meeting room. So if you have like 40 rooms, the IT admin can sit in his desk and manage all the meeting rooms from his desk itself. Another important feature is annotation, especially if you have a touchscreen display. This is very important for collaboration. When you do wireless presentation, you can annotate on the display, or you can even use the display as a whiteboard and collaborate with the team. So this is pretty much about the major features. Do we have any questions? Okay.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
question. Is it useful for any of the online educational learning management system, LMS system, as to use as a live classroom kind of nature, whereas we could integrate with any of our ongoing products, live classroom, because it's not just for the meeting as such. It is going to be we have integrated a third-party product basically for the live sessions.
Okay.
So is there which you already mentioned about your SDK and all? So
Yeah.
will it help for such situation for any integration aspects?
Yes, see, this is a device that sits in the classroom, right? So this is like a brain in the room. Okay, so and we support all major application, even the both video conferencing application as well as EdTech application. So it definitely depends on the use case. Okay, but Yeah, so it depends on the application that you're talking. So if we have more details, definitely we can explore and how this can co-work with that, the application that you're talking.
Basically, this is our own built-in in-house product, mainly for academic purpose.
It's more like a webinar or...
No, it is an LMS platform. Basically. So
Okay.
we have everything, but whereas we have multiple, professionals and teaching academicians, they work from a different part of the world.
Okay.
They used to do conduct live classes
From
so
their
when, their home or their so wherever it is, they may be using some standard camera systems, and whereas our product will have a live streaming and live classroom scenario where the entire aspects of the live training programs must go through this. I mean, we have one product already been integrated. I'm just checking more features or something like that. It could be, well, I can share the use cases that we require.
Okay. So yeah, so this is mainly what we are seeing is as a device that sits in the classroom. But this can also be used by teachers and all for conducting the classes as well.
It's basically for the smart classrooms and all.
Yes, yes.
This is
I
actually a conferencing solution, right? Video conferencing solution. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah. So we need to use your devices as well, right?
yes. So this gets connected to your display, and your live session will happen on this device.
Okay. There might be different approach in that case.
Thank you, Mr. Raisal. We will have a walkthrough on the interface after this presentation, a quick one. So Mr. Prashanth will show the interface, and you will notice how this relates to the question. Okay?
Okay, right. Thanks.
If there is any other question, Mr. Prashanth can continue.
Yeah. Okay, so next is the plans. So we have two types of product. One is the pre-installed hardware that like you get a mini PC with the Zoapi Hub pre-installed, and it's a plug-and-play device. We call it a Zoapi Hub Pro. Or alternatively, you can also go for the software, that is the Zoapi Hub software, which can be installed on a dedicated PC or mini PC and convert it into Zoapi Hub. So it totally depends on the customer. We are like flexible. Some people want a plug and play device. Some people want to use their own device. So we are flexible in like, so you can either go for pre-installed hardware or the software. And we also have one-time license as well as a subscription plan. So people who want there are like some geographies where they like the one-time investment. Then there are different other industries or geographies where a subscription model is very prevalent, where they want to have convert all their expenses into operating expense instead of capital expenditures. And Zoom scheduler app also are available as a separate product. So with Zoapi Hub, you get Zoom scheduler license as well, or if you just want a Room scheduler app, we sell that separately as well. So the detailed plans and their features is there on our website, and it's also there on the Aslar website, which you can check, or we can discuss this offline if you have any doubts. Now, comparing with the existing solution, why Zoapi is different? Why Zoapi is like, what is the difference between whatever is present and Zoapi? Like, the first thing is most of the current solutions are single functions. You get a wireless presentation device that just does wireless presentation. Then if you want video conferencing, you need another device from a different vendor for video conferencing. Then for room scheduler, you need another different solution. For digital signage, you need different solution. So typically what happens is you have to integrate multiple solutions to bring all these functionalities, whereas Zoapi provides all of them in a single solution. The next one is even in the if you go for a video conferencing solution like Cisco or Polycom, it has very limited capability in terms of video conferencing application. So if you go with Cisco, you probably end up using WebEx. Suddenly you get a meeting invite on Teams or Zoom, then your meeting room system becomes obsolete. So that's not the case with Zoapi. Zoapi supports all major video conferencing applications, and you can join from any of them. Other
Mr. Prashanth, we lost you there. Prashanth, you're back? Okay, we can hear you now.
Yeah. So I don't know where did you use me? Like, hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So as I said, other products are like expensive and capex intensive, whereas Zoapi is available as a subscription plan, and you can try it before deciding to go with the solution. One more point is most of the existing solution has dedicated hardware. So they typically come with either an Android based very custom hardware which cannot be used for other purpose. Whereas Zoapi runs on a Windows based Intel mini PC. So you can use existing hardware. We have customers who have used refurbished mini PCs to optimize the cost in the meeting, like meeting room AV setup, and go with the subscription plan so that your initial investment of converting a meeting room into smart video conferencing equipped meeting room becomes very low. So we'll have a quick product walkthrough.
If there's any question from the attendees, please speak up if you want. I believe we have participants from various industries, healthcare, education, enterprise. If there's any question, this is your chance.
Okay, I'll go ahead with the.
Yeah, please go ahead with the walkthrough.
So you can see the Zoapi screen, right?
I can see it. I guess that the attendees also can see it.
Yeah. So this is the Zoapi home screen. So when you walk into the room, this is how it looks. So these are the digital signages images that have been configured to display. So it works like a slideshow. So you can configure multiple images, and it keeps doing a slideshow when nothing is, like, if the device is not being used. So these are the apps that are already present. So these are installed from the App Store. So I mean, these are like some of the apps that is already installed on the device, but you can install a lot more apps from the App Store. So your meeting room device already has a web browser. You can use it for browsing. Use it for... Hello. Yeah. So you can use it for video conferencing. You can use it for collaboration with annotation, and like we support all major like collaboration softwares like Jira, Slack, etc. And like we also have soft phone apps like Soft Phone, Nextvia, and all, where you can even replace the the IP phone that is present on the meeting room table. So we have customers who use Zoapi as one device for the entire meeting room. So they have even replaced the phones because they use IP-based software phone on the Zoapi hub. So you just need to come to the meeting room and just dial the phone number on the meeting room display and just make a call instead of calling from the phone. So this way it uses your meeting rooms or mic and speakers. You don't need another mic and speakers for your like normal phone.
Prashant sir, Afab Ansari.
Yeah, fuck.
How are you, sir?
Good, good. How are you?
Sir, fine, fine. Can you told about air server license
Come again?
wireless screen share? Can you told about air server third party application for
Mhm.
mobile screen share or iPad?
Uh, yeah, so I mean, currently we use Air Server, but we are already working on replacing the Air Server part. So that's why I did not mention that. Hello?
Okay, fine, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the settings. So of the Zopi hub, you can like change the name of the organization. This is the unique license key for each meeting room. You change the time zone, then you can decide whether to show the IP or not. This is setting of the access point, the Zopi hotspot. The IT admin can decide whether they want the hotspot or not and where it should be connected to and how the internet comes to the hotspot, what should be the password, etc. This is where you connect to a particular Wi-Fi network on your corporate network. Here you can decide when the device should reboot and what should be the audio output, what should be the hardware input source, and etc. So these are the update settings, security settings. So you can change all these settings from the Zopi hub. All these settings are also available in the admin dashboard. So you can either go to the room and change it on the device, or the IT admin can change these settings directly from his desk using the admin dashboard. So here you can see the Zopi access point on the bottom left corner, and here you can see the network status that it is connected to the Wi-Fi and not connected to Ethernet as of now, etc. So this is the pin that is used for joining the Zopi hub and for presentation. Wasdi, you want to add anything here?
Yeah, let me just demonstrate quickly. I can project my mobile on the glance. So I just projected my mobile using the air server. So you can see. Now I'm using wireless to my network, home wireless, connected to the Zoapi, and then I can project my device screen quickly without any trouble. Okay. So that is one way of doing it. Now, Mr. Prashant, please stress on the fact that this is a 16 screen sharing device as well from laptop and other devices.
Yeah. So up to 16 users can simultaneously share and present, which is not possible with the wire. So the advantage of having a wireless presentation is you can sit anywhere in the room. You don't need the wires, and like multiple people can present, switch between them and collaborate seamlessly. Whereas if you are dependent on the wires, then you need like you have the hassle of figuring out what is the right connector, what is the right adapter you want, which version, like whether HDMI, VGA, or DisplayPort. Then if you have, like another person want to share, someone needs to remove it, he needs to shift to the place where he has access to it. There's like so many issues by presenting with the conventional way of using wires.
So nowadays, for example, people are trying to stay away from touching people or touching things, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
this
that
is a
is
solution.
Yeah, that is another advantage with this to avoid touching like common objects like wires and adapters, right? It's one more advantage with this entire Corona situation. Totally being wireless helps a lot.
Okay, so you are now you can do multi users. Can you do multi displays?
So this device supports up to 2 displays. Okay, so we have a dual display support on the device, and you can connect 2 displays in your meeting room into the Zoapi device, and you can use one for wireless presentation, the other for video conferencing and things like that.
Suppose you have like 3 meetings rooms that are adjacent to each other, and you have 3 different displays, and one user would like to broadcast to all of these displays at the same time. Can we do this?
3 different meeting rooms as of now, no, that is not possible.
Okay.
Okay, so this is like one device per meeting room, and you can connect 2 displays in the meeting room to the same device. That is
So
possible,
suppose you have 3 devices in these 3 meeting rooms. Can you like share the content of one device
no,
to the other?
right now you can't.
Okay.
So, and other thing is you need this unique pin. So this will be visible only once you enter the meeting room. Okay, so this pin keeps changing for the security reason, so that the people outside the meeting room won't be able to present. Otherwise, there are like some solution where they don't have this security feature where anybody on the network can present and hijack the meeting that is happening in the meeting room.
What wireless technology that you are using for security reason, I'm asking? Is it like, what is it? You are using Wi-Fi, you know, Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah, we are using Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Wi-Fi, or even it works on Ethernet, but typically the client laptops are typically connected over Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Okay. So moving on.
Hello, I have one. Assalamu alaikum.
Hello.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, please go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to ask about, can I cast from internet if I am in different place?
With Zoapi, no, but you will have to use one of the video conferencing application on Zoapi.
Only.
So currently Zoapi wireless presentation is only local because we don't send anything to the internet. It is like all the data is all the your media content that is there on that is getting presented from your laptop to the displays on your network itself. So if you want to present it from a different place, you will have to use a video conferencing application like Zoom or Teams or
Any application.
any application. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abdullah. Mr. Prashant, if you want just to quickly go through the dashboard just for a minute, please.
Yeah.
Before we move to the prize and ending.
So this is the online dashboard. You can see I have logged in as with my account, and I have 3 devices. That means I have 3 laptops. I mean 3 meeting rooms. I'm managing 3 meeting rooms, and you can see this device is on like 1 hour before, and these are like very old devices that I have not used. So here you can change the settings, like these are the same settings that was available on the device also. You can change these settings, the admin can change these settings from anywhere, and you can even configure the screensaver. See, this is how I have configured. I have told that this image should come for like 60 seconds. So I can drag and drop any image and tell, like configure the slideshow on how long it should come, etc. And we also have a support for bulk settings, so you can change settings of multiple devices at one shot. So if you have like say 50 devices or 100 devices and you have like 20 devices in a floor, you can change settings of all those 20 devices in one shot. This is the analytics. So since I have very less device, there is not much details, but you can see the number of meetings that is done on I can choose the date. Yeah, I can see how many meetings are done on this particular room and how many who has used the room, etc. So if I have more devices, it makes more sense, and it will have a lot of data to analyze. This is a drive where you can upload images for digital signage. Here you can integrate with the calendar. Currently I have Google and Office. I have integrated with Office 365 and Google Calendar. This is basically I have given permission. Here I can this is the room scheduler. Like I can configure the room scheduler application, or I can integrate with the Zoapi device. So here I have integrated this device for this Google Calendar. This is the App Store, as I was mentioning earlier. So these are the apps that are currently available. I can go to any app and see, okay, this on this device, this is already installed, or say maybe I go to an app which is not installed. So for example, this is not installed, I can just install. So IT admin can do this sitting at his desk and control the application that is present in each meeting room. So do we have any questions?
Okay, so since there is no question, then we can end the session right now, Mr. Prashant. We are just on time.
So you will share your screen? You want to do the draw?
Yes, I'm just moving ahead and sharing my screen. Just a minute. Screen number 3. Anybody can see the screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
You can see what exactly, so I can make sure.
I see the image, one lucky participant, that image I'm seeing.
Okay, so we are going to actually thank you for participating in this session, everybody. Okay, we really value your time, and may Allah keep everyone safe and your families. I know that most people here are at home, if not all. So we are in appreciation on your presence today. We are offering everyone a 30% discount voucher that will be sent individually, personally over email. So if you haven't registered yet, please register your email. The form has already been provided by Mr. Karim in the chat box. You can click on the chat box. There is the registration link. So maybe some people have been invited or just joined without registration, which is okay. We really value that. But to guarantee that you get the 30% voucher gift, you basically can register in the form. So we will make a quick draw of the attendees, and we will give 1-year license of Zoapi. That is basically ProWare premium license of everything you just saw from Mr. Prashant. Someone is talking? Okay, Afaq. Okay, so we will make the draw right now, and we'll see. Do you see my my screen with the wheeler? Everybody can see it? Can anybody give me confirmation, please?
Yes, I can see.
Okay.
Yes, I can. Yes.
I'm going to roll it once, so the lucky one will get it. 1-year license of Zoapi ProWare software. Okay, that can be installed on your computer of the meeting room. Okay.
Inshallah, I will get it.
Is everyone ready?
Yes, ready. Go.
Okay.
Oh, slowly.
MashaAllah, Mr. Afaq.
Oh.
Okay. We congratulate Mr. Afaq Ansari, and we wish everyone a good luck. Thank you for all for participating, and we look forward to seeing you again in the near future for next webinars.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.